Okay, so I'm starting a new self-drafted project. Um, so I thought I might as well do a project vlog for this. So the plan is a tank top and I'm gonna do smocking on it. And I made 2 swatches already. So I did this one first. This is basically what I intend for it to look like. So like the torso, like under bust to the bottom, which would probably hit right below my belly button will be the smocking, and then just flat stockinette along the bust with probably 1 to 2 inch wide straps. And I'm considering doing a low back or just the same height back as the front. We'll see when we get there. First, we have many other things to consider before we do that. So here is the first swatch I did. This was on a 3mm needle, and I figured that it's very open in that purl part, the purl sections. So I also gauge swatched on a 2.5, which it is wet. It fell out of my project bag and was sitting in the rain for apparently an hour, so it's kind of wet right now. So this is it on the 2.5mm, and I much prefer the purl sections in that, where it's not so open. It's not quite as see-through. You get it? So I think I'm going to do the smocking in this 2.5, and then the flat stockinette in the 3mm, because I'm happy with this. It's not see-through at all. I might, when I get close to starting the flat stockinette part, I might gauge swatch on a 2.5, just the flat stockinette, just to see what it looks like. But I did not do that before. Just options to play with. So I did cast on last night. Oh, whoops. I did cast on last night, and I did the math wrong, so I actually have to rip this all out and, oh, I'm all tangled up. Rip this all out and cast on again, which I don't mind. I kind of figured that would happen a few times, and I have already made peace with it before starting it, so it is okay. I am a little nervous. So the smocking, it gives it a bit of stretch, which I like. This is on bamboopop, which is bamboo and cotton, so it's plant fibers. It doesn't have any natural stretch to it, but that smocking definitely gives it a bit of stretch. So I am a little worried about getting the tank top on over my head, like it fitting and like being able to stretch wide enough and then also come back in to kind of be fitted. And so I think before I rip this out, I'm going to try it on and see how it fits my like hips, where it will sit on me when the garment is done, and see if I want to add 4 stitches, take out 4 stitches when I cast on the correct number to redo this, or if I want to do more or less of that. Yeah, so I am a little nervous about me like getting a good way through the smocking, trying it on and realizing that it's not going to stretch enough to be able to like take on and take off easily. So that is a fear I have, but something to think about. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm also considering if I want to do waist shaping or not, because again, that smocking, it will have a bit of, it will help it like hug my waist more and like fit to the curves more, but with some waist shaping, it will just look a bit more uniform throughout. Like certain parts won't be more stretched than others. But yeah, so that is where we're at. Gonna rip this out, recast on, and then I'll let you guys know how it's going. I'm at work, so sorry about the ugly background. But I have recast on, and I am I'm pretty sure that I have the right amount of stitches to do the smocking correctly this time. I took off 4 stitches. So I went back and I watched the smocking tutorial by Very Pink Knits because she says what the cast on rate math whatever for that is, and I did that math, and then it turned out I had to add a stitch because I didn't have enough to do a 2x2 purl in the round, and then I did a bunch of things wrong, and I had to go through and I had to flip a bunch of every other purl to a knit and knit to a purl because I didn't do the 2x2 in one spot and halfway through, and so I had to go around and fix that. But I'm basically back to the same spot where I'm halfway around with that first row of smocking, so we are back on track. And once again, we're just back to where I was. I am very nervous that I'm gonna try it on after I get a good bit more done, and that it's not gonna fit. I'm so scared, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm telling myself I only have 2 projects that I really want to finish this summer to be able to wear in the summer. It's March, near the end of March. It's March 24th today, so I have time to finish this before it gets cold next fall, And who says you can't wear a summer top in the fall, in winter? That's what layering is for. So I'll be able to wear this, even if it takes me several months to figure out if I have to keep whipping out and recasting on, whatever. I want it to be perfect, and I'm not taking shortcuts, although I did take one shortcut. So I was 1 stitch too short, so I just did a make 1 right there to get the correct number of stitches to get that 2x2 rib correct. So yeah, just going around and gonna finish this smocking. Really, I did most of this today. I hadn't worked on this for 2 days, but I'm back in it. We're knitting. We're in a knitting mood. The sun is out. It's nice. Okay, I'll update you in a bit when I have more of this done. Okay, quick little update. It's the next day. I am at work again. So I've gotten quite a bit more length. I have a full diamond now of smocking. Okay, so last night I tried it on and a bit of panic. It's large. It's not as fitted as I was hoping it would be. And when I tried it on, though, I only had these first 2 rows of smocking, so not having a full diamond could have contributed to that, and I'm hoping it did, but how large it was, I was okay, I definitely need waist shaping, so that's what these 2 markers are for. It's where I'm doing 2 decreases every other row, on either side, so under where the armpits are going to be, and yeah, so that's that. I have a really short torso, so it's kind of a rapid decrease from where it's going to sit just above, the bottom is going to be just above my hips. Don't want to drop stitches. Just above my hips to the smallest part of my waist. It is a rapid decrease, and it is several inches of decrease. I think it was 4 inches. yeah, so it's a lot, and I'm a little scared it's gonna make it look silly. But yeah, now that I have a full diamond, and I'm gonna see if that changes how loose it is on me. See if that brings it in a bit more before I continue doing more waist shaping decreases. So we're gonna see. Otherwise, I might completely rip out and recast on. Again, not a big deal. I was preparing myself for that before starting that. I came to peace with that before starting that, and also I'm getting into the rhythm of knitting everything and smocking. At first I was like, oh my gosh, the smocking is going to take so long. It's like more annoying than doing cables, but I've gotten into the rhythm. It's becoming enjoyable, and I feel like this is actually going to go by super quick, even if I have to rip out like 2 more times, knock on wood. I hope that's real wood. But yeah, so I'm gonna try it on, and then I'll update you guys later about whether or not it fits well, or I had to rip out and restart. So wish me the best. Okay, I just tried it on again, and I'm not happy with it, so we're ripping it out. I'm gonna take out like 3 of these worth, so I'm gonna go around and count how many stitches I need to cast on, so that hopefully I only need to cast on 1 more time. And then I will rip this out and start over for the 3rd time. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I have mathed out how many stitches I need to cast on when I cast on again. But this is okay, because there's less stitches to cast on, so it's gonna just work up so much quicker now. Like, yeah, I'm coping. What is the point of a swatch if it's just gonna lie to me? Like, maybe I didn't make it big enough. But yeah, my swatch, the numbers lied, and I'm a little upsetty spaghetti about it. But I did double check. I did a little Google. Maybe I'll do a bit more of a Google than looking at just one website. But the Googles told me that plant fibers don't change much before and after blocking. It should basically be the same before and after, because it doesn't bloom like animal fiber does. So yeah, I think my swatch just lied to me. Okay, it's okay. I'm gonna rip this out. I'm gonna start over, and everything is gonna be okay. Okay, so it's been a few days. I think I last updated you on Tuesday, and it's now Saturday. Oh, so much dog hair in my mouth. I frogged it all, and I recast on, and I've actually made a lot of progress. So I've tried it on since several times now since recasting on. It fits so much better than it had before I took out. I think I mentioned before, my plan was to take out like 3 sections. So like 3 2x2. I don't know. That much. 3 of those. Does that make sense? So I did that, and it fits. It's still not like super tight, but it fits a lot better now. I've also done the waist shaping, so that's what my stitch markers are for the 2 sides, and then 1 for beginning of round in the back. And I'm actually so happy with how it worked out, where as I was decreasing for the waist shaping, I just took out 1 of those like smocks on either side, and it worked out perfectly to where it just seamlessly after that flows into the smocking pattern is just continuous. And yeah, that is very exciting for me. And then I got to do quite a bit of knitting
yesterday I went up to Portland for a little day trip and did some knitting in the car, which I didn't get too car sick while doing that, so that was pretty nice. Just gonna sit and chill and knit for a bit. How have you been? How is your spring going? Is it still really chilly for you? Is the sun coming out? Are you working on any summer knits? I am very excited for summer knits. I was thinking, because this past week it had been in like the 70s and sunny for several days, and then on Wednesday, I think, it had gotten chilly and rainy again, back down to the 50s again. So I was like, oh, you know what? I probably would have enough time to have finished another cold weather object, sweater, cardigan, whatever, to have finished that and be able to wear it before it gets too warm. But, you know, I am actually quite happy that I did start on a summer project so soon, because I was like, okay, I only have 2 projects that I want to work on, but now I'm just getting more and more ideas of things I want to make. Okay, I'll update you more when more stuff happens with the knit.
Okay, so it's only been a few days and I haven't made much progress. I just wanted to say, really, that I tried it on a few days ago. I think it was Saturday, like the night that I last filmed. I tried it on and oh my gosh, almost brought me to tears. I'm so happy with how this is turning out and how it's fitting, and I think it's gonna be so pretty. Yeah, I think it will go by pretty quick once I can dedicate more time to it, and I am excited to get like a move on with it, cause goodness gracious, I just have so many ideas for things I want to make, and I'm like, I need to have time to do this, but I'm also broke and can't buy supplies, so that's okay, because I have a project to work on right now, and I don't need to start a new one, and I don't need to buy new supplies until this one is done. So I will probably update you all again in a few days when I've made like a decent amount more progress on it. Just wanted to, yeah, let you know that I'm very happy with how it's fitting. And I did decide that I'm not going to be, so I did the decreases for the waist, and I was gonna increase back out to like accommodate my rib cage being wider than my waist, but after trying it on, that's not necessary, so I'm just gonna go straight up and then I'll increase at the bust. Maybe. We'll see how that will work, because I am switching to stockinette. But we have decisions to make, and I shall come back and chat more when we get to that point, because I have thoughts and ideas in this noggin. And yeah. Okay, talk to you later.
Ready? Do you want an update? I have finished one ball of yarn. Where's the end? There it is. Finished one ball of yarn. Forgive me if the camera falls. The June bug is walking all over me. I'm not gonna feed you. She's ready for supper. Okay, so this is how it looks. Oh my god. I am obsessed. And not only did I finish a ball of yarn already, and I have more, don't worry. I have finished that torso part, so I'm gonna do one more row in the 2x2 rib, and then I'm gonna insert a lifeline and start doing just plain straight stockinette. inserting a lifeline so that I don't have to undo all of this if I mess it up. I'm so happy with how this is coming along. I think it's beautiful. I tried it on earlier and it looks great. I'm so excited. So yeah, I haven't been working on this super hard. The smocking has been killing my elbows and my wrists and my fingers. Yeah, it is painful to do that much for that long, but I think it's worth it. So I've been taking it kind of slow the past few days. Yeah, but that's where I am with it, and exciting things happening.
Happy Friday. It's not actually Friday, it's Wednesday, but it's my Friday because today's the last day of my work week. Yeah, so I'm done with the smocking. I have a lifeline inserted and I'm just doing flat stockinette now. I've actually already knit this much already, and then I ripped back because when I changed to stockinette just at the same number of stitches as I had on the smocking section, it was kind of creating like a gathered effect because these stitches are all like squished together in that smock. So I ripped back to my lifeline, which is just in that last ribbed smocked section, and did it so that I decreased each stitch. So it's 2 stitches between there. It is now 1 stitch between there. And that has, at least on the needles, just holding it up, greatly reduced the issue I was seeing. And then on the back, I'm doing a low back, so I've already I bound that off and I'm just doing slight decreases, and then when I get to my stitch markers here, that is when the straps will start in the back. At least according to where I tried it on and measured it yesterday, so I'll probably put it on again and make sure that that's where I want the strap to sit in the back. What am I doing? I'm purling. But yes, I'm very excited. I'm so close to the end here. I do have decisions to make. So a big thing is, one sec, let me get it so they won't fall off the needles. Right, which side is it on? So right here, when I started that bind off section, and I just did a normal bind off for this, it's kind of like gappy right there compared to the other side. This isn't very seamless because obviously, because I was knitting in this direction. So to remedy that, I'm thinking I might do like a crocheted scallop border all around the neckline and then around the back, just like a really small little thing. Because also, so I did right when I finished the smocking section, I ran out of yarn. I think I mentioned that last episode. So I'm on a second ball of yarn. I will have so much left over. I think I still have another half a ball at least, maybe another full ball, because I used it for another project that actually turned out terribly. I don't know if the yarn I used was wrong, the gauge was super off or what, or if it was the pattern because it was a free pattern. But yeah, so I have a bunch of yarn that I can frog from that pattern, as well as just half of that ball that I used for that left. I want to try to use up as much of this as possible, whether that be in this top or something else. Yeah, so sleeve options. So my original idea was a 2-inch wide strap, 1.5 inch maybe, wide strap. But this is a very drapey fabric, that it's making. Like, even with that thick smocking section, it's, look, well, maybe that doesn't look like a good drape. It's very drapey. Take my word for it. So, point of that is that I think I'm a little nervous, a little nervy, that just a strap like that is going to just curl in on itself. I don't want that to happen. So, I have thought up a few options, and I need to decide which I'm going to go for. So my options are stick with the original plan, do that just 1.5 to 2 inch wide strap. Second option, do an I-cord strap that ties into a bow at the shoulder. Cute. So I guess that'd be 4 I-cord straps. I don't know, you get what I'm saying. I-cords and they tie and it will hold the shirt up. Option 3 is we do a little flutter sleeve, which with the drape of this yarn I think is very achievable. I think I'm kind of leaning towards that. I don't want to do too much to where the top, it feels like it's doing too much, and it kind of takes away from the prettiness and like elegance of what I'm going for with this.
Okay, so I made some progress. It's time for another update. I tried it on and marked out everything that I want, like where I want everything to be for like the straps and the armhole, how big I want that to be, and all of that. So let me finish this row real quick and then I can show you where I'm at. Maybe I should have planned out when to start this video better. I have many stitch markers on here to mark, obviously, certain things. So these two are to show where the strap is at the front. Same thing on the other side. I have cast off, bound off, whatever you want to say, for the armhole on both sides, and I've done the decreases for the back of the armhole into the strap. The strap is 10 stitches wide. It's just over an inch. I think it's under 1.5 inches, but yeah. And then, yeah, done that on both sides. So the back straps are done for now until like I connect it to the rest of the strap when those are knit up. Right now I'm just knitting back and forth along the bust, and I will be decreasing these stitches at the front of the armhole just to give it like a nice rounded curve. I'm gonna do that every other row. I'm not in frame. I will do that every other row. So it's kind of like a smoother, slower curve until I get to this green marker. Yeah, and then I'll have that strap. I'm gonna keep knitting from between my two, so this is where one side of the strap ends, and then here, I don't know if that makes sense. It's the two ends, so like here to here. So I'm just gonna knit flat. Did I just, okay. I'm so scared that I'm gonna be dropping stitches. I'm just gonna knit flat back and forth for 1 inch above this green marker right here. And that should be enough to have enough coverage over my bust. And then I will cast that off, do like a shallow curve, and then just knit the straps and probably do a Kitchener stitch to connect the strap front to the back, because that should be like seamless. It shouldn't show that it's a connection there. Hopefully I'm going to do a little bit more research into that. I heard that bamboo yarn is very heavy, and especially with the smocking, it is heavy. And with such a drapey fabric, I'm a little nervous that the straps won't be quite strong enough that it's gonna, like, the whole piece is gonna drag down, especially after a few wears. I'm hoping that since it's 50% cotton, if I wash it in like a warmer to hot water, it should like shrink back up like when you wash your jeans. And they shrink right back up to fit you real good after you've worn them like 10 times without washing. You know. So that's the hope, but I think with this knowledge, I'm going to do that scalloped detail, crocheted scalloped detail along the neckline. And I think that should give it a bit more structural integrity, to like keep it from the straps from stretching out so much with the weight of the bottom part of this garment. Or at the very least, I would do an I-cord edge. Might do an I-cord edge for around the armhole, or scalloped to match it. I'm not quite sure. I can't quite see the vision. But yeah, we'll see when we get there, but that's the thought for now. What else? Oh, I'm not sure still if I want to do that flutter sleeve or not. But I think I just need to try it on once the straps are done, and see if I like it as is, or if I want to move on with the flutter sleeve, like maybe do one side and see how I like that. If I like it, do the other side. If not, just unravel. Yeah, I think that's everything. I'm so excited. It did take me a while to get around to this. I have been working on other projects because I knit to like where I needed to stop with the armhole, and then I needed to try it on, and I was like, I do not want to try this on. That is such a hard step to do. It's so... It wasn't hard. It took such little time. But you know, one of those steps where it's like, oh, you not just knitting, you gotta actually do something else. It seems impossible. But I got around to it, and now we've made so much progress, and I'm so excited. The end is nigh. We are so close to it, and gosh, do you look how pretty that is? Look how pretty it is. It feels so princessy. I'm imagining, have I said this already? That I'm imagining wearing it, running through a field in summer, little bugs coming up out of the grass as I run past. I'm so excited. A long flowy skirt. Yes, I'm excited. Okay. Okay, we're at the final steps. So I've got one strap strapped down. It's attached. I used the Kitchener stitch, which is pretty, can't really tell. It is a little bit lumpy just from me weaving in the ends, which I was maybe a little overboard with it, but before, when I've used this yarn, it like slips out super easily, so I just really wanted to make sure it was secure, you know. So yeah, one strap is done. I just have to attach the other strap, weave in some ends, do the little scallop detail. Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, I think I might do the scallop detail on both sides. I think I'm cutting off the idea for the flutter sleeves, but it's super exciting, and I'm so happy and excited. Okay, I think the next time I check in might be the reveal, unless like something drastic happens. But yeah, exciting things. Okay, so it's finished and I'm so happy with it. Like, look at this. I cannot believe that this was just an image in my head a few months ago and now it's on my body and it's like exactly as I wanted it to be. It fits so well. I'm obsessed actually with the little scalloped detail along the neckline that I did. And it's actually laying pretty flat. I did a crochet border detail along the armholes. This side it's still curling a little bit, but I just think it fits the top, the vibe of the top so well. And it's so pretty, and I love it so much. Yeah. So, I can't believe that I made this and that it turned out so well, and I'm in awe. Thank you for watching along as I knit this up, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, I'm just so happy with it, and I hope you guys think it's pretty too. But yeah, thank you for watching. I love you so much. Bye!